today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our small contracts project. Let's have a look at what we're going to be going over today. Today we're back inside of our Web3Py favorites module. We're going to be going over some information that we have already up to date, or not up to date, but some information that we're going to be going to so we can get up to date. And we're still working on our VS Code extensions here. So if done correctly, we should have installed our dependencies, and we should see this message after installation. This is after we install the Viper compiler. It should say installed 4 executables: Fang, Venom, Viper, and Viper JSON. Now, to get a better understanding of what we just downloaded, we can run this command inside the VS or the WSL terminal, Viper dash dash help. Now, we're not going to actually run it live. I already have it compiled because it took kind of long. I tried to make a video before this, and it took kind of long, so I already pre-compiled it. So we'll hop over to the file, and I'll show you what it looks like after we run this command. This will return a massive documentation that explains everything we need to know about Viper. Next, we can run a Viper version, which we done yesterday, so we can skip that part. After we check everything is installed correctly and everything else we want to confirm, we can begin the process of compiling. This is the command that we will run inside of our WSL terminal, inside our W or our Web3Py folder to compile it. We'll say Viper favorites.vy. Now, if you notice, we're using a Viper keyword and we have a .vy instead of a .py. That's because we're running a Viper smart contract, so we're going to be using the .vy. And Python can't compile .vys, so that's why we have to download the Viper compiler so we can use the Viper compiler to compile our favorites.vy file. But we'll go over more of that tomorrow, not today. Now, this should compile our favorites file, which holds our basic contract. Now, let's head over to the actual folder here with the actual contract. So this is what it looks like when we use the Viper dash dash or m dash help. When it pulls back up, I can show you what it looks like. So here you can see here we ran the command Viper help, and this is what it brought up for us. Usage Viper. This is all the things we can use the Viper for, and it's letting us know there's a Pythonic smart contract language for the EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine. Then we see positional arguments, input files, Viper source code to compile. There's our options that we can use with Viper: H, help, version, show gas estimates, F format, and this is everything that it can do here. We can actually scroll down and get a better look at everything it can do. This is going over some capabilities and everything that Viper allows us to do when we actually use the compiler. So that's what we get when we use the Viper help. It just breaks down everything Viper can do for us and what we can look forward to when we use that compiler. Now, tomorrow when we come back, we're going to actually be compiling the contract here. Let me move the terminal down so we can get a better look at it. You can see we're in our favorites.vy. Now, also, right off the back, if you look, you can see, let me move this down a little bit more so we can get a better look. Also, if you off the back, you can see we have a V here. So instead of the Python, you can tell this is a Python file because of the .py, and you can see the Python symbol. And if you look over here, this is a Viper file. You can tell by the favorites.vy and the V here letting us know that it's a Viper compiler. So we wouldn't be able to compile this normally like we would do with the Python favorites.vy because, again, this is a Viper file. That's why we had to download the Viper compiler. So we'll be using a Viper favorites.vy to run this Viper file, a Viper smart contract. And this is the contract that we're running here tomorrow. Like I said, the video is already running kind of long, so I'm not going to do it right now, but we'll be running this contract tomorrow. It's a simple contract, just so I can show you what it can do and show you how the compiler works. So stay tuned for that. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.